our channel. We're Tim and Mindy.
It's nice to have you back this week. We have a nice haul, and we have everything under the sun that's coming in this fall. We have cinnamon, maple, we have pumpkin, we have bourbon, cider and brew, and you decide which is true.
So what are the 3 highlights of today's haul?
So we have some new items to feature. We also have pumpkin, along with some of our maple that we talked about, and cinnamon. And then we have some nice desserts that we'll feature at the end.
You can't forget the
desserts.
desserts.
Forget them, that's right.
Well, one thing with Trader Joe's is their plants.
Well, let's talk about some plants, which also reminds us of Under the Sea a little bit.
Yes, it comes and it goes. So if you find a plant you like, you got to grab it. We in the past have grabbed the goldfish plant, which I really enjoyed. This time it was strings of dolphins, and if you look really closely, the leaves, once they are fully formed, they actually look like little dolphins swimming. So we really enjoyed grabbing the strings of dolphins this time.
Yeah, it's a nice plant there. And it's amazing how much they did look like dolphins.
Yep.
Well, very good. So we have some appetizers here.
And the first one is the garlic naan crackers. These are very garlicky. I've tried one for a sample. I enjoy them. They're not the best for WW points, but they are really good in the tummy, and they taste good with a variety of cheeses, as long as you like garlic.
In fact, we have some cheeses that we could definitely feature here.
Right. The one I don't think would go with this cracker. The other one I think would go really good.
This one would go repair really nicely.
This
is the bourbon we talked about. And you want to talk about
this?
The
maker is the beehive cheese. They've actually, I think, soaked it in bourbon. From what I heard, it's a nice addition to a cheese board, because we know right now lots of people are putting cheese boards together. It's called Pour Me a Slice, and I think it's going to be one of those really quick in and out of Trader Joe's, so it may already be gone, but we just got it.
And the beehive I've had before. It's a company out of Utah that makes these cheeses. They're pretty well known there, so to be able to have them right now is wonderful.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to trying that on the garlic naan for sure.
The other cheese is my all-time favorite. I can't wait for it to come in. It's this one. It's the apricot cherry cranberry goat log.
Mm-hmm.
It's
that is good.
Not the easiest to cut, because all the fruit on the outside is very chunky. It will be a great addition to a cheese plate. I like it because the fruit has the sour notes, which cuts the creamy richness of the goat cheese, and the goat cheese really isn't that goaty. This one is my all-time favorite.
Yeah, it really is good. So we have some nice pumpkin body butter.
We do. This is one of those, last time I was shopping at Trader Joe's, it seemed like the stacks were getting lower. I'm not sure if it's already gone for the season. I grabbed it while I could. It's got a nice texture and a nice scent. It's not overly fruity or spicy.
Mild.
It's very mild. So we're looking forward to using that, and do know that one is definitely seasonal.
Kind of a nice variation of the coconut body butter that we featured. That either one's very good on the skin.
Absolutely.
Then we also have some very nice, they're like a meal in themselves, aren't they? Those Honey Crisp apples.
They're the Honey Crisp. It's interesting how Trader Joe's gets their apples. I found out is they shop different hemispheres. So right now, with it becoming fall in the northern hemisphere, they're switching to this one. Both hemispheres have had beautiful fruit this year. This one's the Honey Crisp. They're nice and crunchy, and they fill you up when they're done, huh?
Yeah, they are one big apple, that's for sure. And don't have to go to New York for them either.
No.
So something, while we're on fruit, we have is the frozen cherries are back, and we were excited about those, especially on WW. We said so much already how we love the frozen mangoes. This is our other go-to.
And what's funny is when I was talking to one of the workers, they were done for the season. That's what happened, is the crop finished, and that's why they were out of cherries. The new crop is in, and so we have new frozen cherries.
Yeah, so we were excited because they are so good. So we'll move on from the fruit to actually the can of pumpkin that just came in. And we're excited about this because I think it's been a little harder to find so far this year. Huh?
It seems like it. From what I've heard, people say they can't find the pumpkin. I found it at Trader Joe's. I like it because it's organic. We use it both in a sweet and savory. Make pumpkin soup out of it. Make pumpkin dump cake, which is a real easy recipe. So
something I enjoy. People that have dogs, a lot of times I talk to dog owners that enjoy feeding this to their dogs too, but I will keep it for myself.
It was funny because when we were in the Tulsa area, they stocked the pumpkin by the dog food, and that's how we found out that it's really good for dogs and dogs like it.
Very much so. There's also a fruit spread that came in that I know I've enjoyed in the past. The apple cider fruit spread. So it's a little lighter than jam.
This one surprised me in the points too. It wasn't that bad.
Yes, it was lower, but it's also very nice on toast, on pancakes or bagels, anything that you would want to enjoy it with. Dressing something up a little bit with apple, be wonderful there.
I've got this one also.
Oh yeah.
This is the vanilla bean paste. It's back now. I think I still like the bourbon vanilla extract the best, which I'm glad they carry around all year. If you're looking to put those little vanilla specks into something like homemade ice cream or meringues or whipped cream, this is the perfect thing to use because it does add that little vanilla specks.
Yep, absolutely. We also have some pumpkin tea, it looks like.
We actually have,
we have a lot of different
some drinks right now. So the first one is the pumpkin rooibos. I did this hot and I've done it.
I've had it as cold brew. Yeah,
and
it's very good.
Nice flavor. It's the pumpkin spice. It's not real pumpkin-y, and it's the rooibos tea. So it's just got a really nice flavor with no caffeine.
And then, of course, with something like tea and coffee that we're going to feature, you got to have a biscotti once in a while. So these pumpkin biscottis are very nice, mild flavor, but very good with a drink, like made to dip even, like into coffee or tea, or it could be milk, whatever you want to drink it with.
Trader Joe's seems to do a good job with their biscotti. I tried making biscotti once, and you could break a tooth on it. It came out so hard. So I enjoy having the Trader Joe's. It's good for us.
Yeah, and we take some over to my mom and aunt. They love them too. They're biscotti people for sure. So while we're on the cookie subject, we got the cinnamon cookies. These are amazingly cinnamony, and they're soft. So a little cookie there. They're about. I wrote it here, 3 smart points
for 2 cookies?
For one of the cookies. One cookie, but it's a sandwich with the cinnamon and cream in the middle, but very good. Soft, kind of bendy, but very delicious.
And if you warm them up just a couple seconds in the microwave, they taste really good too.
Yeah, cinnamon bun cookies. That's what it is. And that kind of is a good description for them. So definitely got to give them a try. They're kind of, I don't remember these before.
I don't either. I think those were new. Something else that I think's new, he seems to remember it, is their coffees. They have a autumn maple coffee. I've tried this one in my K-cup or my Keurig maker. It is yummy.
I think we saw maple coffee at Trader Joe's in the past, but I almost think this is different because it seems so much better.
This one's really good.
And it's, oh my goodness, those K-cups as in iced coffee form were also very good. I had that the other day.
They also have it as a ground coffee. And I found out the reason that your flavored coffees are always coming ground is that way the flavoring doesn't contaminate the machines. So this will only be ground. I haven't tried this one, but I'm going to try it in my French roast.
Yeah, that would probably be very good in the French press. Yeah. Awesome. While we're on coffees and teas and that comfort, warm and or cold stuff, we can't forget.
This is his annual favorite.
Oh yeah. As nights get colder, the salted caramel flavored hot cocoa. You cannot go wrong with this. You throw this in, definitely have to use milk.
Yes.
Don't use water, but use milk and do it in a saucepan with a whisk. And I do double the recipe because I like a big cup of this stuff, but man, it is so delicious. So definitely worth doing. And that would pair nicely with the biscotti or the cookies as well here. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, I can't go wrong with that at all.
Now there's 2, well, we still have one more drink.
Oh yeah, and this is where we come in. Actually, 2 more drinks. We've come in. We talked about the bourbon. Here's the cider, And I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. This is the Gourd Tree Pumpkin Cider. And there's also a pumpkin ale at Trader Joe's too. To each their own. For me, it wasn't as special, but this is a very special bottle of cider because you get the, for me anyway, I get that almost like that apple-y in the front and then the pumpkin going down.
It's not overly sweet. It's more on the drier side of ciders. It is refreshing. I enjoyed it, but it's probably as dry as I'd go on a cider.
Yeah, I agree. And as you can see, we've already been there.
Yes, we had some last night while we were talking about this.
Yeah. So we talk about bourbon, cider, and brew, and that's where we come into a variation of one of my all-time favorites, the triple ginger brew. This is ginger brew with pumpkin in it. So it's pumpkin pie spiced ginger brew, and very nice variation of the triple ginger brew. They always come in a flip top bottle. I get the ginger brew by the case. It's usually there November to December, and then it's gone by January.
Yeah.
Usually I get it by the case because I like it all year round, even in the hot weather. For refreshment, we can even split one of these bottles and you each get a pretty nice tall glass over ice of ginger brew. But some people I've heard like the bottles even for, they can sell them on eBay and stuff, but people like making craft beers in them, or I've heard they're also good for like keeping iced coffee or something you make up because of that flip top.
Yeah.
But the variation here is pumpkin pie spice ginger brew. And it also is very good, so it's worth getting some while they're there. They're there right now. They're not around very long either, so very worth doing. So we've got the bourbon, got the cider, we got the brew. You decide which is true. And move off of drinks to more exciting things. We got more pumpkin things to talk about. This is an actual organic pumpkin bread, and like this.
That's good. You can see we already got into it. It's got little cinnamon crystals in it that get yummy and kind of crystally when you put it in the toaster. So I just had that with a little butter. And actually, I should need to correct myself. We like this. It's very good. It's very, very good. Also, along with that, frozen.
We know we got more pumpkin snacks, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Can't forget these. We've already been in it. As you can see, the pumpkin spice pretzel slims. They're not real Weight Watcher friendly, so you have to kind of go slow on that or have it as a treat day, which we had yesterday. But this is wonderful. Pumpkin, it's got a nice take on our pretzel slims.
Yes.
There. And then along with that, and these aren't bad for WW, these are the pumpkin spice batons, and they're kind of, again, that little wafer cookie in a tube with hollow, like a straw with a little pumpkin cream in there. It's
actually more like a white cream with
pumpkin
cream? Spice, yeah.
With a little pumpkin spice, okay. Yeah, so it has that slight spicy flavor.
Absolutely.
And so it's 5 smart points for 2 pieces, 2 of these straws, so it's not bad. They're nice little variation. Going again with coffee and teas, those are really good as well. There, so couldn't forget that. And then let's move into some frozen pumpkin.
Yes, I think we're up to the frozen. The first one, this one I haven't tried yet. It's the spicy pumpkin samosa. I'm looking forward to this one. I hope it's not too spicy. But so this is the savory. The other pumpkin that they have is the pumpkin empanadas.
There we go. Love
they
these.
Put it in the dessert department. I was expecting really sweet, like a pumpkin pie. It wasn't that sweet. It wasn't savory. It was good.
It was mildly sweet. I was thinking it would be sweeter. So if I were to do one again, you heat them up, I would probably do a little spray butter on it with a little pumpkin pie spice on it, sprinkled on it. And then you could drizzle it with a little maple syrup or have it with a little vanilla ice cream, and it would just seal the deal. It really would.
Right. You definitely have to like pumpkin to like it. But if you're looking for a dessert that's not overly sweet, it would be really yummy too.
Yeah. I actually like the quality of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. And the pumpkin samosas are Not bad. These are like, I think 5 points.
5 points per pie.
Per pie, so you could do that pretty nicely. Those samosas were also not bad.
I think it was 5 points for 4 samosas.
That's exactly right. Yeah, so it was very doable too to have a few of those as with something that was low point, like a zero soup or something that would go really, really well. Some desserts for us.
We have one that's kind of new and not new.
Yep, and there are some good favorites of ours. You remember these way back, so do I.
I have. I've been shopping Trader Joe's so much that I remember when they had the raspberry and the orange sticks in plastic tubs, and then the raspberries disappeared, which actually is my favorite, but the orange are a good substitute.
And those were in her mom's cupboards when we were dating, those ones in little plastic tubs. So those were some of the early things that turned me on to, hey, there's a world outside of just normal stores called Trader Joe's.
Yep.
So this is the one they brought back. For a while, all of them disappeared. And then all of a sudden, this one came back. And I was so happy.
It was good.
It was still good. It was very good. This is a brand new recipe. Not a whole lot of differences. Do you remember the difference?
No, looking at the back, it seemed there was just a few ingredients difference. But the nice thing is the old one may possibly contain peanuts, almonds, and one other nut, pecan. Mm-hmm. The new one doesn't. It is only almonds. It only contains milk and soy. Mm-hmm. And eggs. Yes, milk, soy, eggs. So if you have a nut allergy, that new one is no mention of nuts, which would be lovely.
Yeah, so brown bag is the first one. The new one is in the kind of goldish colored bag.
Yep.
The only difference I notice, because both are very good, they're both pretty low point. I think it's 1 point a stick on WW.
Seems a little brighter in the flavor.
Yeah, the new one's maybe a little brighter and more delicate, like softer just a bit, but it's so good. So either way, old or new, you can't go wrong with these.
Nope.
For sure. So we'll our desserts. I don't think we skipped anything.
I think we've covered everything into the last two. Of course, they're his favorite desserts.
Gotta talk about this. This is the rustic apple tart that has come in. And this is one of my 2 favorites. With vanilla ice cream usually.
The next one you'll see in the next haul, I'm sure.
My other favorite you'll see in a couple weeks as we do the next haul. But this is wonderful. It's a little flakier than my other one, but it's got that, again, it's kind of almost like a flaky pastry type apple pie with the nuts and apples, and then you put a little vanilla ice cream there, and the hot and the cold with the vanilla. Oh man, it's super good. And then this one here is another variation of one we featured a couple of weeks ago. We talked about the light ice cream at Trader Joe's. The chocolate peanut butter was the one we had last time for 13 smart points for the pint, or you can divide down to how much you want of it. But this is the cookies and cream, and this is also very good. It came back. And it's 12 smart points for the whole pint. Or you can go half or quarter, whatever you want of it. But both are very nice quality for WW. So I was excited about that as well. I had to bring it on there. So that's the JoJo's Cookies and Cream Light Ice Cream, and it's got that beautiful blend of vanilla and cookies crumbled up in there and a little chocolatey flavor. So it's good. So other than that, that was quite the haul, wasn't it?
We have done it. So this is part 2 of pumpkin, and I'm sure there'll be a part 3.
All right, remember.
Not in October yet.
Bourbon, cider, and brew. You decide which is true. All right, we've had a great time with you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
Sounds good.
Remember that thumbs up for us. And don't forget to subscribe, huh?
That's it. Bye.
Bye.